The second cookbook up for review is the Deliciously Ella Plant Based Cookbook. For anyone who is unfamiliar with the Deliciously Ella story, she is someone who is well known for healthy plant-based food. Her story became well known because she is somebody who was having some health problems that were majorly impacting her life. But she managed to take control of that by completely overhauling her diet. As well as this one, she has a number of other books out, as well as a number of other products, including snacks, breakfast cereals and ready meals, all of which are plant-based and have the aim of making you feel your best. With that said, let's take a look at the recipes that I've tried out. The first recipe that I'm going to try is going to be this tandoori and butternut squash soup. First thing that I'm going to do is add in my onion and my celery to some heated olive oil. That just gets cooked until it has softened, which will probably take about 5 minutes or so. Then in we go with the tandoori paste and the butternut squash. And then again that cooks for another 5 minutes. We then go in with the coconut milk. I'm going in with 2 of these from this brand Suma. Then the butter beans, ground coriander. The recipe called for some ground ginger, which I didn't have, so I just added a little bit of grated ginger. The last thing to do is add 500 ml of water. Mix it all up, bring it to the boil, and then let it simmer for about 30 minutes. Once that's finished, remove it from the heat and let it cool down. I can't stress that part enough, because if you try to blend it while it's hot, basically it can pop the lid off of your blender and then you will end up with soup all over the place. Trust me, I've done that before. Here is the finished product. I've had a little taste and it's pretty good. I'm just going to have that with a couple of slices of sourdough bread. The next recipe that I'm going to try from this book is this sweet potato and courgette stew. So it says to start off by heating some oil in the pan, which I've done, and then adding chopped onion, garlic and some sea salt, and cooking that for a few minutes until it's softened. Once that's softened, you're then supposed to add in a sprinkle of cumin seeds, paprika, chili flakes and some dried coriander, along with some already boiled sweet potato. That then is supposed to cook for a further 5 minutes. After that, in went some honey, a splash of apple cider vinegar, chopped tin tomatoes and some tin coconut milk, and that gets covered and stays on for about half an hour or so. The last stage was to add in some chopped courgette and a tin of chickpeas and let that simmer for another 10 minutes. And that is the finished product. Really tasty and seems like it will be really filling too. In this bowl we've got mashed banana, coconut milk from a can or in a carton, and some melted coconut oil. That's all just going to get mixed together. Once that's all mixed together, in goes the spelt flour, the sugar, baking powder, bicarbonate of soda and a sprinkle of cinnamon, and then again that all gets mixed together. Once the wet and dry ingredients are combined, in goes the cubed apple. Mix that all up and then dismount into the muffin tray. They get topped with some sliced apple and then into the oven for about 25 minutes at about 180. And here is the finished product. Now that you've seen the recipes, what are my thoughts? I would say the book definitely lives up to its reputation of tasty food that leaves you feeling good. There is a seriously good range of recipes in this book. From entertaining, breakfast, lunch, dinner, desserts, snacks, it's all in here. In terms of simplicity and ease to follow, I would say this book is a bit of a mix. There are some recipes that are really simple and easy, but there are others that are not so much. Some of the recipes do have lengthy lists of ingredients, and not all ingredients are straightforward to find. It's probably not one that I would reach for if I was in a rush and I was just wanting to throw something together. It's one that I would probably be planning ahead for, just to make sure that I either have all of the ingredients or I could even at least find them. Overall, I would still say that it's a good book and that I enjoyed every recipe that I tried out. I do hope you enjoyed this video, and if you are interested in seeing more like this in the future, do stick around for what's to come.